To be honest, I wanted to like do a different lesson, but like this one's kind of a bit on the nose. I mean, because this one's a bit on the nose, but whatever. Um, don't people keep saying that Christians can't judge, but I feel like they don't understand exactly what that means. You can correct the people when they're like in the middle of a sin, or about to sin, or you know, you in the process of doing it, right? But you can't judge somebody for who they used to be. Like Peter used to be well, people believe that Peter used to always be cursing because used to always curse because he was a fisherman. And you know how sailors used to be. People judged Matthew or whatever his name was, I can't remember, because he was a tax collector and they most likely hated him for it, because they were looked down upon. You know, uh just overall, but at the end of the day, they changed. They are following Christ and they're changing for the better, which is which is what that means by you can't judge somebody. You can't judge somebody for who they are. You can correct somebody for what they're doing, for messing up, but you can't really judge somebody for who they used to be. That means I hope you enjoyed the video. Jesus loves you. Have a blessed day. Look, the reason why I don't like Maki, right, is because she killed kids. Like, it is just that simple, bro. It's like a worse version of Itachi, because at least with Itachi, there was a much better justification for it. With Itachi, you could sit there and make a logical reason for why he did that, bro. Look, but with like Maki, you can't do that, bro. Like with Maki, it was literally her just throwing a tantrum because her sister just got slimed, and I'm just going to kill the entire clan. Oh, me and my family. Oh, I experienced trauma for my family. Oh, and I'm going to kill them. Oh, freaking loser, bro. Naruto would never. but but when you look at Itachi, bro, it's like, yo, the Uchiha are planning a coup. We just got done with a war, and Loki's still in the process of it. If the Uchiha actually do manage to fight back against the Hidden Leaf, they're going to experience that sadness that allows them to awaken the Sharingan. Not only that, but if the other villages see the leaf in a weakened state, they're going to attack not only the leaf but also the Uchiha. And not only will the village get cooked again, but another war may break out. And one of my friends tried to say, oh, Itachi could have taught them better. Like, Itachi's not Naruto, bro. Like, y'all keep forgetting this, bro. Naruto is literally the exception, bro. Like, he's the only character that can really sit there and reform you with beating you up and then words, bro. Nobody else can do that, bro. Itachi's smart, but he's not smart when it comes to changing people, bro. He's not, bro. That's why he had to put his hopes into Naruto, that Naruto would change the world, just like everybody else did, regardless. But yeah, in the end, it was basically my clan versus millions of lives, and Itachi chose. But with Maki, there wasn't there was no intention for reformation or anything, bro. Like, she was just like, oh, me angry, I got treated bad my entire life. Like, I can understand, but I just don't agree, because when I see characters like Naruto, who are in Rock Lee, or Itadori, people who have went through these pretty depressing things, these tragedies, and have lost so much, or have gained so little despite going through so much, and then I look at Maki and I'm just like, bro, even Toji chose to not wipe them out. Toji could have slimed them out, but he was like, nah. No. So, in the end, bro, it's not like I hate Maki. It's just I just don't like her. Like, her justifications ain't really all that, bro. It's kind of like, and like with the clan slaughtering thing, it's kind of like beating a kid when you're like angry at them. Like, you can't do that, bro. Like, you gotta like calm down and then, you know, really sit there and think, and then you gotta discipline the child, bro. It's exactly, that's exactly why, you know, I couldn't get behind, you know, Maki just slaughtering her entire clan, you know. Even then, I wouldn't want her killing the entire clan, but then I would like, I mean, I would agree with her more, you know. I wouldn't really sit here and be like, childish woman doing a bunch of childish things. Doo-doo character. I would be sitting here just larping like, mid character trash, L. You know? Now, why I mess with Naoya, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. The real reason why I really like Naoya is really because, like, he's really a self-insert. Not like as in now me, but like past me, bro. Like, he reminds me, it's like looking at a younger version of myself, bro. Including the sexism, bro. It's just like, the difference between me and him is like, he really believes that stuff. Like, I didn't believe like half or even like 75% of the stuff I said, bro. The only thing that I really believed were that women were like these childish creatures that could not protect themselves or do anything by themselves, which, you know, it was really, really bad. And that they were just more annoying. Obviously that has changed, but back then, oh my god, bro, I truly believe that, bro. And the fact that I kept hearing like grown women in my ear talking about, oh man, I gotta do this, that, and that, was just like, it was enforcing it, bro. It was encouraging my thought process. Another thing that, you know, kind of I believed was that women got like the easy part of life compared to men, which like made me even like angrier or like saltier towards them, bro. You know, I didn't like truly hate them, but I did hold like a very strong disdain for them. Like, I didn't believe half the things I said, which, let me give you a couple of things I said. Well, I would use to describe women back then. Kitchen dweller, S-word slave, baby incubator, dishwasher, freaking kitchen tool. And then like the threats I would say to like a woman over the internet, bro. If they got me like like, yo, like the things I was saying, bro, was so crazy. Like, the things I was saying were so crazy that you would actually believe that I genuinely hated women, bro. Like, it was so bad that my friends, I ain't gonna lie, I think they genuinely believed that I hated women, bro. When in reality, I didn't hate them. I did hold some spite towards them, but I did not hate them, and I did not believe half the things I said, bro. Like, I remember I used to, I can't even say like half the things I said, because like I'd probably be in jail for like saying it. Like, but anyways, regardless, that's a little bit of me lore. That's a little bit of me lore, you know. Um, but the arrogance, the cockiness, you know, and just Naoya's character just reminds me of a younger me overall. And it's really hard to just look at me, like a younger version of me, continue down that path or like get slimed out for his mistakes. I used to be so arrogant and very cocky too. Like, because I used to always like catch on to things like very quickly like that. And I still do, actually, very often. But sometimes there would be certain things that I actually did need to study for, but because I was so arrogant, I was like, nah, you know, I'll just catch on to it, you know. Either I needed to study for it because the teacher was just a bad teacher, or, you know, I just simply was too stupid to understand the material at first, and I needed some more time to actually, you know, catch on. But yeah, I would be so arrogant that I wouldn't even study and would just, do it anyways, and that would kind of lead to my downfall. Um, Speaking of, bro, I recently did a test, right, and I would actually got a hundred, right, but well, not 100, but like a 90, somewhere around that 90, 80. But because I was using my phone for the test, uh, I had to scroll with my thumb, right? And the way that the test was, that you had to like kind of make it like matching up, you had to kind of like make it in a matching order, like, but you kind of do it the same way you scroll on your phone. And because of that, I ended up like kind of switching the answers without even really realizing it, and I was kind of low on time because I was stuck on like these two other questions, and because of that I didn't go back to the question and like look over it to like confirm that I was correct before I close out the test, and that led to me getting a 50, which is crazy because I was correct on the majority of the test. It was just those freaking matching things because I was scrolling on my phone. Regardless, done with the little sidetrack. I got completely off track. Yeah, naoya just really reminds me of myself, and it's really hard seeing myself get not only embarrassed but also slimed out. Put in all that work to try and slime out Maki just to get one-shotted and then killed by his mom. I mean, by her mom, who was already dying, mind you. That was so that's another reason why I hate Maki. Well, not hate Maki, but dislike Maki, and a reason why I like Naoya. He's a villain. Like, he's a villain. He's literally just like he's villainous just to be villainous. Well, not, well, kind of, but you get what I'm saying. Like, he's mainly villainous because of the ideas that were kind of forced upon him, in that the environment he grew up in. But kind of, was another reason why I said like I kind of relate to him. The only reason I was even thinking like that was because of the way I would hear women talk about men, and because of how society would kind of treat us so differently, and how women have these requirements, and relationships were no longer I love you so I'm going to help you out. It was, no, you got to do this, this, and that to even be with me, But then, luckily, I ran into someone, and they opened my eyes that if you really love somebody, you're just gonna you're not gonna be like that. You're just not gonna be like that in all honesty, bro. But yeah, and because Naoya reminds me so much of myself, it's very easy for me to put myself in his shoes, and it kind of makes it easier to I guess empathize with him, and and it also makes it pretty funny too, I'm not gonna lie. But regardless, it always interested me to kind of think of what I would be like if I never came into following Christ, because without Christ I probably would have never met that one woman who changed my perspective on everything about women, and was the entire reason I even stopped really making sexist jokes in the first place. But regardless, as I said, yeah, it really interests me to see, well, to think of what I would be like without Christ. Like, even earlier, but I was sitting there, actually I'm not even gonna get into that, but still, you get the point. Basically, I like Naoya, because he reminds me of a younger me, and I can empathize with him because he reminds me of a younger me, because I remember when I was like that. And because of that, I just saw Maki, embarrass him, and then him get slammed out by Maki's mom. Like, I don't mess with you. But besides that, thankfully, you know, thank God he's changed me, you know, as you can see. You know, every now and then, sexist comment does slip out every once in a while. I think at least, you know. But compared to the things I used to say, you know, those things are kind of slaps on the wrist, you know. It's like what I used to say is like actually offensive, but now it's like, you know, everybody would take it as a little joke, except for, you know, the rainbow people. Regardless, I guess that's my rant. And and because of this, I'm going to push the agenda that Naoya is actually a war hero trying to fight for to protect the kids from this drunk evil woman. You know, yeah, that's gonna be the agenda I'm gonna push. Hope you enjoy the video. You know, Jesus loves you. You know, have a blessed day, and yeah, man.